Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to episode 3 of the Breast Cancer Support and Healing series. Today we are talking about something that can be uncomfortable to discuss, but I believe every woman deserves to understand. When you are diagnosed with breast cancer, your oncologist becomes one of the most important people in your life. They are highly trained professionals. They understand cancer, they understand treatment, they understand how to reduce the risk and improve outcomes through surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, targeted therapies, and hormonal treatments. And I am incredibly grateful for conventional oncology treatment because it saved my life. But there are also important things many oncologists, unless they are integrative oncologists, either don't discuss, don't have time to discuss, or simply weren't trained to discuss. Not because they don't care, but because their training and expertise are focused on treating cancer. So today I want to share 3 things your oncologist probably won't tell you, but you still need to know. And the first one is lifestyle and nutrition matter more than most women realize. One of the biggest surprises for me after diagnosis was how little guidance I received about nutrition and lifestyle. I was given treatment plans, appointments scheduled, and given information about side effects, but very little guidance on how to actively support my body through treatment and recovery. Now, some hospitals and charities may refer you to a nutritionist and dietitian, but it's not as straightforward. Because it can be incredibly valuable, but I encourage you to ask an important question. Is this person trained in oncology nutrition? Because general nutrition and oncology nutrition are not necessarily the same thing. You want guidance from someone who understands the treatment side effects, maintaining muscle mass, supporting recovery, nutrition deficiencies, inflammation, digestive challenges, hormone balance, and long-term health after treatment. So unless your oncologist is trained in integrative oncology, they are unlikely to discuss these areas in any depth. And yet, they matter. Another area that deserves far more attention is gut health. We know that the gut plays a crucial role in many aspects of your health, including the immune function, inflammation, nutrition, absorption, hormone metabolism, mental well-being, and energy production. In many ways, your gut sits at the center of your health. And yet treatments such as chemotherapy, antibiotics, and other medications can have a significant impact on the gut microbiome. Many women experience bloating, digestive issues, food sensitivities, fatigue, poor nutrient absorption, changes into bowel habits during and after treatment. Which is why supporting your gut health during treatment and especially after treatment can become such an important part of your healing journey. The food you eat will not replace treatment, but it can absolutely influence how your body copes with treatment and how well it recovers afterwards. And that deserves attention. Number 2 is that there are supportive approaches beyond conventional treatment. Many women actually start seeking and asking questions about supplements, medicinal mushrooms, mindfulness, meditation, breath work, acupuncture, exercise, stress reduction, energy healing, lifestyle medicine. And often they are surprised that the oncology team doesn't talk about these things very much, and they don't even support these. The reality is that unless your oncologist is trained in integrative oncology, these topics generally sit outside the scope of their professional training and also their beliefs. Most oncologists are trained to prescribe and manage treatments that have been incorporated into conventional oncology guidelines. And many supportive or holistic approaches have simply not received the same level of large-scale research funding as pharmaceutical interventions. The reality is that there are far more money available to fund drug research than there is to fund research in nutrition, supplements, meditation, lifestyle medicine, or many complementary therapies. And as a result, these areas are often under-researched compared to conventional treatments. That doesn't automatically mean that they don't have value. It simply means that many of them have not been studied at the same scale. What I see time and time again when working with women is that after diagnosis, they don't just want to survive the treatment. They want to support their body in every way they can. They want to feel proactive. They want to feel empowered. They want to know that they are doing everything possible to support their health and recovery. And honestly, that was me too. The key is to stay open-minded, do your research, seek qualified guidance, and always ensure any complementary approaches are safe alongside your treatment. Number 3, your prognosis is not your destiny. This is perhaps the most important thing I wish someone had told me. One of the most damaging things that can happen after diagnosis is that women start believing they have become a statistic. They hear percentages, they hear recurrence rates, they hear survival rates, and suddenly those numbers begin to define how they see their future. But here is what your oncologist cannot tell you. You are not a statistic. You are a human being, a unique individual with your own biology, your lifestyle, your mindset, your support system, resilience, and capacity for healing. Statistics describe groups of people. They do not predict your personal future. And while no one can guarantee outcomes, your prognosis is not your destiny. Your oncologist cannot predict what changes you may make, how committed you'll become to your health, how much you'll learn, how resilient you'll become, how strongly your body may recover, how much joy, purpose, and meaning you may create after this experience. One of the reasons I created this series is because I want women to see examples of people who have walked this path and are now thriving. Women who have rebuilt their lives. Women who are healthy. Women who are happy. Women who are stronger than they've ever imagined possible. I've met women years and decades beyond treatment, living beautiful, meaningful lives. And one thing many of them have in common is that they refuse to let fear write the rest of their story. Please don't misunderstand me. This is not about false positivity. It is not about ignoring reality. It is about refusing to surrender your future to fear, because there is still so much life ahead of you. Your diagnosis may be part of your story, but it does not get to define the rest of it. Your action for this week: take a piece of paper or your journal and create 2 columns. In the first column, write "My treatment plan" and list everything your medical team has recommended. In the second column, write "My healing plan" and list areas where you would like more support, including nutrition, gut health, movement, sleep, stress, emotional well-being, complementary therapies, energy healing, spiritual connection, community support, purpose and mindset. And notice any gaps, because awareness is the first step toward empowerment. Now, next week, we are talking about the 5 biggest mistakes women make right after diagnosis. And most importantly, how to avoid them. So if this episode helped you, make sure you follow this series, watch all episodes, receive each new episode a weekly basis by email, or if you need more personalized support, explore the online program or book your first 60 to 90 minutes coaching and healing session just for £24. You do not have to navigate this journey alone. With love and healing, Veronica.